What's up, Bougie Bosses? It's your girl, Kayla Simmons, and today we are going to be talking about how you can create social media content like a boss. All right, so just stay tuned. The first thing that you need to do in terms of creating social media content like a boss is before you even start opening those social media apps to create a post, you need to get clear on your niche, your hyper specific niche, and your ICA or your ideal customer avatar, which is another word for target market. In doing this, you can establish your audience's pain points. You can identify the type of lingo that they like to use or that they respond well to. And you can build a loyal consumer base, which you really want to do. And you can do that by building like, know, and trust in your social media posts. I find that a big reason why a lot of people find themselves kind of having, I guess, not writer's block, but I don't know, social media block, I guess, or coming to some sort of stopping point or not really knowing what direction to head in terms of their branding on social media, it's because they haven't gotten clear on their niche and their ICA. Either their niche, a lot of times I see this, is too broad because it's like, listen, there's a lot of brand strategists out there. There's a lot of content creators. There's a lot of fashion influencers. There's a lot, you know what I mean? Like you have to really niche down to attract the right sort of people. And you have to have that same mentality in terms of finding your ICA. A lot of people get nervous that if they niche down too much with their audience, that they're going to be shutting some people out. And it's like, listen, it's not about you more so shutting people out, but it's about you really attracting the aligned people. Because listen, if you're too broad with who you market to, then that's going to be a lower conversion rate in the end when it comes to, you know, getting more clicks on your websites or more sales. And we obviously don't want that. So yes, you may be niching down and the people you may be marketing to may be a smaller group, but your conversions will be higher because they're going to be the right group. And this is why it's important before you even start creating social media content to know your ICA and to know your niche. And for those of you that may be wondering how you can do that, essentially, honestly, you know, kind of just start with what you think it is. After you do your research, kind of start with an idea of how you think, like what your hyper specific niche is, and the image or the picture you have in your head of who your ICA is. And you kind of just have to start doing it. Like really the only way you can learn what's perfect and what works for your brand is through trial and error. That's how I had to do it on social media. A lot of trial, a lot of error, even more error, honestly. And so in doing that though, like it's caused me to get to this point that I am now. Like I didn't grow to this point through successes. Like, no, I got to this point because I kept failing at stuff and I just had to get more creative, because the one thing I always say is that error forces you to get more creative, and it really does. An example of this, if you guys like scroll back to my social media, like the beginning stages, and I kind of touched on this in like, I think social media video, maybe the Canva video, like a lot of times I only posted whenever I had like a blog post go up. And this is back when we just had a blog. I only posted whenever we had a blog post go up. And so obviously you need to be doing more than that. Like that's not going to build any sort of rapport with your audience. Like you have to be engaging and doing other stuff with them. And so as time went on, I started doing more stuff. And then when I got to the point where I was posting 3 times a day, like for the most part, the only original content that I was posting was like the actual blog post itself. And then like a lot of the other graphics and the quotes, like those are from other people. And so other brands. And of course, I always gave credit, but, you know, kind of just seeing what type of content, what type of graphics my audience responded well to. And an easy way to do that is just how many comments are you getting on these different posts? Like check your analytics. Make sure on social media you have like a business page so you can check your insights, your analytics, because it's going to show you a lot. And so what are they responding well to? What are they commenting a lot on? And one of the first really big peaks that I noticed was I had shared this or that post from a brand, which I've talked about that. I think it was on the Canva video. And so I'll link that up here so you can check it out. But I shared it from this brand. It was like drums or flats when they were talking about like chicken or whatever. And I got like, gosh, maybe like almost 40 comments on that thing. And so I was like, okay, people like this. And so they like, the kind of fun, because it really doesn't have much to do with your brand, but you don't want to always be posting things that tie directly into your brand, because then that's when you start becoming a little too salesy, right? You want to build that connection with them and, not have their defenses up with you all the time. And if you're always trying to get them to go somewhere or, buy something in every single post, then their guard and their defenses are always going to be up with you. And so that was something that was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, this may work. So with that being said, as time went on and I was doing more trial and error, I came to a consistent sort of theme that works. So my post on my social media page, which is the Melanin Perspective blog, go follow if you're not already. Hopefully by the time you see it, it's just the Melanin Perspective. I really want to get rid of that blog because we're more than just a blog now, but whatever. So now on our social media page, we're the Melanin Perspective on Facebook. I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked, but it's just on. I'm mainly keep talking about Instagram, but it's across the board. Everywhere else, we're just the Melanin Perspective. But so now on social media, I do quotes, I do tips and hacks, I do the this or that, and now I've kind of switched up with the this or that. Like sometimes I would do like food like that, and because I saw that got a lot of engagement. Now I kind of make it more like, black based, and I do like classic movies, classic TV shows and things like that. And that really, sparks their interest a lot. And then another one that I do on the themes, I do, of course, the blog posts, the YouTube videos, and the podcast episodes. By the time you see this, like the podcast will have been live for I think about a month or so. So yeah, go check that out. All that stuff that's in the bio, but in the description box below. So the teasers for all of those things. I do weekly IGTVs. So I do that every Thursday, and so that goes live. Of course, I have the Black women that I post periodically on the channel, just, showing love to my fellow sisters, you know what I'm saying? And then I do like little random polls on the page, because sometimes doing it on like your stories or you don't get as much interaction. So sometimes I'll post something directly on the feed, just kind of asking them for direct feedback. And this is a way that you can start kind of identifying your ICA and your niche maybe even as well. So, that's also something for you to consider. So those are kind of like the 9 things types of posts that I have on my Instagram or my social media pages. So now I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of what planning out the social media content and creating it looks like for me based on my theme. And I kind of have the most extreme one. I post 3 times a day. So stay tuned to the end of this video. I have a free surprise for you guys, so just stay tuned. But I'm just going to give you a breakdown of what creating social media content in batches looks like for me and how I've been able to kind of set up my system. So starting off with the quotes, I post the quotes every day, right? So that means that's 30 to 31 quotes that I need to prepare before a month, right? Next, going on to the tips and the hacks. That is about 15. I know I post those like every other day. So that's about 15-ish, 15 to 16 maybe, depending on if it's like 31 days or whatever. 15, 16-ish tips or hacks that I need to create those graphics. So there's that. Then there's the this or that, which is every other day, which is also kind of like about 15-ish a day. Because I alternate between like the this or that and the tips/hacks like on the different days or whatever, just to provide, because I don't know, I'm just really OCD when it comes to like visual aesthetic or whatever. So that's about 15-ish posts in 1 month. Now for the Black women, it used to be a lot more, but now because we literally are posting, because how I like to do it, this is how I like to do it, y'all. I like to have like a person, like some sort of like image of a person on each day. So it's not just like graphics and quotes, I want you to actually see some sort of person. And so obviously when I post like the blog or the YouTube video teaser or the podcast teaser, like that's usually me or whoever, whatever image I use for the blog. So that's that person on those days, right? And so that takes up a lot of that time. And now because we post stuff, I think Friday is the only day that we're not posting anything or putting out any new content. So that is the only day that we would post like a Black woman, because I only post Black women on days that we don't have any other people basically on the timeline to go up for that day. And so that's literally only 4 times a month. For the blog, posts Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So that is 12 posts a month for that. For the YouTube channel, of course, that is Sundays and Wednesdays. So that is 8 posts a month for that. And then for the podcast, we only post once a week on Monday. So that's only 4 posts for that. For the IGTV series, it's only once a week as well. It's on Thursdays. So that's 4 posts for that. And then the polls, obviously like that, those are kind of just on a need basis. Like if I'm trying to get some information, I usually just interchange them with like the this or that or the tips and hacks. And so that's kind of usually just how I do that. But so those, yeah, like that's just kind of interchangeable. It's not really like a set thing that I plan. It's just if I'm working on something, I want to get some feedback, then I'll, interchange it with one of those. And that's kind of how that goes. So I know that was a lot to take in. I hope that you guys kind of understood. If you go over to my my social media, I always really recommend my Instagram, because for one, that's where I'm the most active, because that's where most of my audience is, which is also something you need to, like, wherever most of your audience resides, that's where you need to be hanging out the most. But so it's really easier to follow along on the Instagram. Also because of Facebook, it's not like it's like a timeline you have to scroll through. There's no set page, so it's easier to like kind of see what I just explained if you go and you actually look at my Instagram page. So I'll probably put up an image over here so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, a big reason that helps me when it comes to actually scheduling all of this stuff is a lot of times, like when it comes to the blog, the YouTube, and the podcast, like I will like pre-write, batch write, batch record, batch film, all of that stuff, like usually before the month even starts, so I can just like plug it into the scheduler all together and start creating my captions. Now, I didn't always do this, so I'm like, if you're not like an aggressive planner like how I am, because y'all know I'd be aggressive with the planning, because even right now, like this is going up in October, it's the beginning of August when I'm filming this, right? So you don't have to like go that crazy like how I do, what I used to do, because I wouldn't always have like the blog or the video finished in time to like start scheduling or like, laying out, outlining my posts. What I would do is I would just like put a random image. I would put a random image like in place of whatever, like the blog post or the YouTube teaser. And then I would just like write in my notes, like, okay, that is going to be this post. And then once I do create it, I go back in and like I edit the caption for it. And that's just kind of how you can do that. But I always recommend just, trying to batch work in general beforehand, because it does make scheduling a lot easier, and especially you can kind of get the aesthetic down packed. Because the reason why I insert an image instead of just leaving it blank is because I organize them in a folder in my camera roll. And so when I'm writing the captions, I can go in the order, because I post 3 times a day, right? And it goes in 3. So that's why I do that, to help me stay organized and on track. So you've made it to the end of the video, and I have a super amazing surprise for you. Super amazing. I don't know. Yeah, super amazing. I'm going to go with it. Super amazing surprise for you. I am giving you a free 30-day social media calendar, okay? So if you are a blogger, if you are a podcaster, if you are a YouTuber, if you are a business owner, I've created a social media calendar specifically for you, all right? So, and I've gone to the links of preparing it if you only post 1 time a day, if you only post 2 times a day, and if you post 3 times a day. So whatever it is you do, you have 3 different calendars to choose from to plan your social media. So, just to help get you guys started, I know people who pay or in charge for the content that I'm giving you for free. So you definitely want to check that out, because it's in depth. Like I literally am giving you ideas of what to post. Like I put it in the calendar for you, all neat and all nice, so you can check it out. And if you kind of are a cross between the two, or maybe do all of them like how I do, I also have something special for you. So make sure I'm going to leave it down in the description box below, as well as pin it in the comments so you can get a hold of that, because you are not going to want to miss it. And, you know, maybe, just maybe, when you go and you download this calendar, I might have another amazing free surprise for you. And based off the value of this one, you're going to want to tune in for that as well. So make sure to check it out. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to like this video, as well as subscribe if you're not already, and click the bell next to it to be notified whenever I upload. I love you so much, Bougie Bosses, and I will see you next time. Bye.